Hey everybody. I wanted to do another video of playing Baldur's Gate 3, but this time I wanted to do it from a laptop that has an NVIDIA chip in it to see what the difference would be. My desktop has a NVIDIA discrete graphics card and an Intel chip, and this laptop has an AMD and an older NVIDIA chip. It's a 1660 Ti compared to the 3070 Ti in the other one. So what I wanted to do was see how Baldur's Gate played on it. And I just got done installing Bazzite for the first time. It was pretty simple. I guess I went to the website and I downloaded the one for ASUS and NVIDIA and KDE, I guess. So I downloaded all those, put them onto a USB stick, and then since this laptop doesn't have any kind of like security configuration, it just booted up from it and asked me to install. Uh, and then whenever I did get it installed, it popped up with a welcome screen, asked me if I wanted to install the NVIDIA drivers and the Razer drivers for my mouse. So I installed those things as well as cooler control. So I wanted to just kind of show some of the things about it before I start installing. One thing about this box that is different than the mini PC or the Steam Deck is that it has a 256 gig SSD drive, but then a terabyte regular drive. So I expect things are going to load more slowly on it than it would on the other boxes. But the desktop that I plan to upgrade to later on has a 2 terabyte SSD built in. So yeah, things might be a little bit slower here. Also, if we go look at the CPU and GPU, we can see. Let's do this. Let's say because I looked a bit earlier about it, and what I found was that the CPU in this box, this Ryzen 3750H, lines up pretty well with what's in the whatchamacallit, the the Steam Deck, but it's less than what's in the mini PC and less than what's in the desktop. So let's do a Ryzen 3750H versus Steam Deck CPU search here. Alright, and we'll compare it to the OLED one. So this is an older architecture in the AMD Ryzen chipset in the laptop. Uh, it's also, if we scroll down, it has the same number of cores, same number of threads, a lower base frequency but a higher turbo frequency, and I'm not sure how that's going to play out on this box directly. Uh, but yeah, I think they came out pretty similar, like definitely older, uh, but hopefully it's going to hold its own. And then last time we looked at that 1660 Ti Mobile, it's a 80-watt device. It definitely has more graphical power than the Steam Deck itself. So that's what I wanted to look at about the box. I haven't clicked on the install yet because I'm not sure where I want to install it. Because let me go back. Let me do that search again, Info Center. Because if I look at the disks, let's see. That's not a very good way to see how much space is left on it. Let's see what's the best way to see how much space I have on those disks. Properties. Okay. So I've got 212 gigs free on the main SSD drive, and I need 144 to play Baldur's Gate. Then on the big drive, this is the spinny disk drive, I've got 831 gigabytes free. Um, since I want to compare it, Actually, I guess one of the things that I wanted to do was see how I could do the, whatchamacallit, the storage. But I know if I show my settings on here, it's going to be a little weird. So let me not show the screen for a second here. And then I'm going to go to Steam and settings. And I'm going to skip the account page and go to storage. And then I'm going to show my screen again here. Okay, so storage-wise, I've got the one var home shared, and it looks like it tells me that I've got 212 gigs free. And I want to set up my other drive to also be one of these. So I'll say add a Steam library on the big drive. Okay, so then if I look, alright, so local drive, 212 gigs free, other drive, 831. Let's close that now. Let's click install. I am still going to install it, I think, to the main drive, because I think that's going to be a better place for it to start. It said it was going to install into Steam. I can't remember exactly where. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and click on install. We're going to install to the local drive 212 gigs because that's the SSD. I think it's thinking about it. Went dark. Let me stop sharing and see if I can drag it across and see what's going on the whole screen there. Wait. Okay. Oh, I can't seem to, oh, I couldn't drag it, but now the EU LA popped up, so I'm going to accept it. Starting download. Okay, so let me turn it back on here. Alright, so it's reserving space, and then it's going to download the Sniper and the Proton hotfix and the Steam Common Redistributables. And this process, I'm sure, is going to take a while. So while it's happening, let's see if there's anything else interesting that we can see about the box that we got set up here. There was something called cooler control that it asked me to install, so I want to look closer at that. I want to be able to look at the fan speeds and the CPU temps and things like that while I do this. So if I try to open that up, it tells me a connection to cooler control daemon cannot be established. Please make sure the system service is running. So let's see, some helpful commands, status. I guess we'll start with the status of it. So I'm going to click Control C to copy that to the clipboard. I go to the terminal. I'm going to type Shift Insert. Nope. Right click, paste. Okay, run that. Give it my password. Okay, controller daemon loaded, drop in, active, inactive, dead. Wonder what that means. What's the other one? Let's tell it to not be. Let's try the other command and see what happens now. So right click, paste. Created symlink. Alright. Retry. Seems different this time. Okay. Welcome to Cooler Control. This is a short introduction to getting started with your cooler control. Before we get started, one of the most important things to know about is setting up your hardware drivers. If your fans are not showing up or cannot be controlled, then likely there is an issue. Before opening an issue, please confirm. Okay, let's get started. Next. Dashboards are a curated collection of charts to show your system sensors and data. I should say also, since this is a ASUS TUF laptop, I downloaded the ASUS specific version of Bazzite. So that, and it also asked me if I wanted NVIDIA, so I did both of those things. Profiles define customizable settings for controlling fan speeds. Oh, I can control fan speeds. Functions are configurable algorithms that can be applied to profile's output. This can be helpful for managing when fan speed changes occur. Application and daemon information. Clicking the logo opens the application information page where you can get information about the application, the system daemon, and its logs. It's a good place to go when troubleshooting issues. And there's a small daemon status badge here to notify you of any potential issues. Oh. Quick add. This is a menu to easily add new items like dashboards and profiles. Quick menu. Quickly jump to your dashboards, even if the main menu's collapsed. Settings. Open up the settings page containing different UI and daemon settings. Restart. Here you can choose whether to reload the UI or restart the system daemon. Okay, that's it. You're ready to get started. Whew, that was a lot of reading. So this is telling me my CPU temperatures and my GPU temperatures, I guess. Makes sense that my GPU temp is low right now. Let's see, temp TCTL. I don't know, things seem to be okay for now. GPU load is low. Oh, it shows me the GPU load. I like it. Let's see, the Vega 10, the GeForce 1660. I can go look at it directly. That's nice. Okay, I don't think I want to mess with any controls or anything. That doesn't sound like what I came here to do. But I like having this available because whenever we start running the game, maybe I could jump out and take a look at it. Let's close it for now. I don't think the game's going to be ready anytime soon. Yeah, we got a long way to go trying to get some good download speed out of it. I guess it's using a lot of CPU to do that download. Wouldn't expect it. But again, the CPU's about the same level as the Steam Deck, at least in my mind. We'll find out whenever we start running the game. What else is interesting about Bazzite? I guess whenever I installed it, it also asked me to install the Super GFX so I could switch between the, I guess, integrated graphics and the GeForce, the 1660 Ti. I also ran an update, which I believe was system update. I ran the system update, which opened up something and ran OS tree for reasons. Let's see. What else is in here? Lutris. I haven't seen what Lutris is about. I haven't tried doing anything with it, but it might come in handy for some things. I was looking at some instructions to try to install Fallout New Vegas, and I saw that there were things that you could do with Lutris to try to get the mod manager stood up for it. I'm not really sure if I want to try playing the games with mods though. I really kind of want to get the default vanilla feel, see how they would work. Not necessarily on a Steam Deck, but how they're going to work on the desktop, where typically I don't do much modding. I know I've modded some games, like Skyrim I've modded, and oh, it might be interesting to try to get OpenMW running on this thing at some point as well. That's the Morrowind engine. It's like an open source Morrowind engine that you can download Morrowind and point the open source engines to the data files for the game, and it'll run the game in a, I don't know, I guess it's a more modern engine that still supports the mods, so we might try playing that a bit. That might be interesting. What else should we do while we're here? I guess discovers the store page. I don't really need to do much with that. Let's see. That's getting installed. Proton up, installing Wine and Proton-based compatibility tools. Might need to do that at some point. Wine GUI. Looks like we're gonna have a lot of options, which will be nice. Open source media player, Haruna, Sunshine. I also didn't have any problems getting sound working. I was able to go to, let's see, if I go to YouTube here. Oh, and while we're here, I might as well try to reconfigure that Firefox page too. That Firefox page is ridiculous. Oh, this is kind of ridiculous too. What's going on here? Oh, actually, let's see what the Minecraft movie.
You wouldn't settle for bait man when there's bat.
It's too loud. There we go.
Batman?
Solve the riddle and be free.
What is dusk?
You don't have to answer the phone. Up on it. You ever wonder what happens when you mix?
So the sound worked automatically. There was no extra configuration stuff. I know sometimes whenever I install Linux Mint, I have to stop and figure out how to get the sound card working or the network card working. And Bazzite and Fedora really didn't have me running into those issues, which is nice. And yeah, I guess I chose Bazzite instead of Fedora for this laptop because I'm not planning on using this laptop for any kind of production work, or not production work, but I guess workstation work. It's like simply for games. The mini PC, I guess, is more for home entertainment purposes. So I felt like and also if I want to move it around, connect it to other PCs or other monitors, I can do that with it too. So yeah, that one's running just Fedora. This one's gonna run just Bazzite. And maybe a little bit later on, we will see what Baldur's Gate running from Bazzite looks like. So we'll keep waiting, and I will let you know when it's time. And yeah, hope you all have a good day so far.